Hello, this is Brian again. Let's call this clip number 2 of my wildflowers walk along South Main Divide. So I'm just going to walk a little, just kind of stretch my legs, a little fresh air. Well, you can tell I'm right next to the OHV area. I must be right actually in it. But here's a wildflower. Sugar sumac. Yep, the sugar sumac is blooming up here too. And it is looking beautiful. Their flowers are a lot smaller. Their flowers are tiny. But this is a very nice specimen right here. Look at this. Look at the flaky bark. Beautiful. It is absolutely stunning over here. Yeah, it's probably be a little noisy with all the cars and stuff. And then we got some nice, tall Laurel Sumac, some Malosma laurina. So I just gotta be careful when I'm walking on this road. I was talking about the chaparral yucca stalks. If you saw my spotlight video on chaparral yucca, Hespero yucca whippley, it was not during the bloom season, but you know, those big flower stalks, they persist. Even after the plant has, even after the rosette and flower stalk have finished and dried up, they still persist. Well, see, this year we get some smaller ones. Well, these things, I've seen chaparral yucca stalks that get like 15 feet tall. And here's our single rosette one right here. This is, I think, the typical Santa Ana Mountains form, but I can remember seeing multiple rosette plants here too. Here's some golden yarrow getting ready to bloom. I can tell there are definitely some more woodland trees down there, because I hear acorn woodpeckers squawking right now. Acorn woodpeckers, you'll tend to find them more where there are oaks and conifers. And I definitely see, yeah, over this big wall of chaparral, you can definitely see some trees over there. Yeah, right next to the beginning of the OHV area. And remember, back to my video referring Ceanothus crassifolius, variety crassifolius, growing to big tree-sized, to large tree-sized specimens at times. Well, this is what I was talking about here, and I've even seen them a little taller than this. This is, again, Ceanothus crassifolius, variety crassifolius, hoary leaf Ceanothus. And sometimes, so many of these ones are your typical multi-trunk specimens, but I have seen these as single-trunked before as well, when they're blooming. Oh yeah, there's definitely a legit oak woodland out there. Look at this old Laurel Sumac. Well, you could tell this one had resprouted before. You see all that flaky bark. Laurel Sumacs are not known for really having flaky bark, but it's flaky because the trunk's burnt. But the plant resprouted. Just another piece of its very good fire resistance. And of course we got Vicia species, little vetches. I think, I'm not sure, this could be Vicia bengalensis, a non-native one, but don't quote me on that. Here's some more glorious, beautiful golden yarrow, Areophyllum compared to florum, variety compared to florum. More deer broom, exquisite glaber. Again, it's probably variety glaber. Most of the coastal and near coastal ones are variety glaber. We're in Riverside County. We're actually kind of on the transmontane side of the Santa Ana / Elsinore Mountains region, but Breviolatus, the desert one, is sometimes found here in the Santa Ana Mountains, but exquisite glaber, variety glaber is more common. You find Breviolatus, variety Breviolatus, a little further inland usually. Yeah, this is why we've been hearing acorn woodpeckers. Yeah, right near Wildomar OHV staging area. I'm not gonna go too much further. Yeah, you smell that sycamore. That woodsy aroma. Beautiful California sycamore right here, Platanus racemosa. Oh, and it smells heavenly over here. And we got our coast live oak, Quercus agrifolia, variety agrifolia, and of course a common associate, Rhus aromatica, the skunk brush. And this one's starting to go into fruit. You can see those little droops starting to form. And you're thinking, oh, it looks an awful lot like poison oak. Oh, I've said on many videos, quite similar to poison oak. But the leaves are usually smaller, and the central leaflet, the one on top, lacks a leaf stalk. So, and then the fruits are kind of flat droops as opposed to whitish berry-like fruits. I got scrub oaks sending up their little catkin flowers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go find a more quiet area. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, those acorn woodpeckers. I always love the sound of them. You know, we don't get them. I mean, I grew up out here in SoCal, but I lived back east in New Jersey for the better part of a decade in my 20s. Most of my 20s I lived out in New Jersey. We didn't have acorn woodpeckers, but you know, we had cardinals and blue jays. And blue jays are very close relatives of our stellar jays. And they're similar in shape. You know, both birds have a big old crest on top of their head, close to the same size, and they're in the crow family, the corvid family, the crows. Get some pretty interesting similar species, but we don't get acorn woodpeckers. We don't get acorn woodpeckers back east, to my knowledge. So I always enjoyed hearing the squawking sounds that they make. Kind of reminds me of, honestly, hearing them reminds me of Palomar Mountain. That's where I first really heard the squawking of those acorn woodpeckers. I don't know if any of it from earlier caught on camera, the sound of it. But if you're that's the kind of like the call of it. So it always reminds me of Palomar. That's where I first heard it. And I always think of Palomar Mountain whenever I hear them. Palomar Mountain in San Diego County. And it's got really tall, lush conifer forests, beautiful oak woodlands, of course chaparral, sage scrub, and mountain meadows. They got mountain meadows there like crazy. So whenever I hear acorn woodpeckers going, it just reminds me of Palomar Mountain, where I first heard them, hanging out in the mixed conifer and oak, mixed pine, fir, cedar, and oak forests and woodlands. So I always think of Palomar when I hear acorn woodpeckers. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go try to find a quieter place where there are not so many vehicles. It's kind of annoying, I would imagine, to constantly hear bikes and stuff driving by, and I apologize for that, but just saw the wildflowers here and figured, you know what, let's get over here and check it out. So I'll see you on my next video. I'm gonna probably drive down a little bit Maybe find another pull out. Hopefully I can get into a spotlight video soon. But I'll see you on the next video.